Hello guys, morning. This is KK. So let's continue with these Excel practices. Okay. So here I unhide the seller SKU column so that we have more discussion here. Today we will show you how to use the Excel in a more in-depth manner. So first formula I would like to introduce is the date formulas, because you need the date formula to help you arrange your data and so that you can see in a more meaningful manner. Okay, the first is of course the year. Okay, so we need to separate the data by the year. So it's actually, let me enlarge this. Okay, the formula so you can look in more clearly. Okay, the formula for this is equals, every formula start with equals year. Okay, bracket. Okay, so which one is the year? So of course we take the transaction date. Okay, so here you get the year. Okay, so you double click. Okay, second is month. Okay, month. Okay, equals to month, open bracket. Here again, close bracket, enter. Okay, and execute this by double click. Okay, the third one, of course, I will suggest that you use the week number. Week number. Okay, week number. Okay, so equals to week. Okay, you can see here the formulas actually show up when you type the first three alphabet. Okay, KNUM. Okay, week number. uh close open bracket, the date, transition date, close bracket. Okay, so again, this you double click, you get all this information here. Okay, so once you have the date, now you can present your presentation in terms of week, month, and year. Okay, after all this is ready, again we highlight everything by clicking here, or you can highlight by holding your mouse button, insert pivot table. Okay, and again you press this OK, you'll come up with a new worksheet. So I'll rename this again as pivot. Okay, now this time let's try something different. Let's rename the previous videos we put in columns. Now let's not put in columns, let's put in rows. Okay, so basically it will show you all the different payment type here. Okay, amount we keep it the same, we put at values, make sure it's sum of amount. But this information is for the last 6 months. What if you want to know by every month? Okay, so very simple. You can just put now, since you have this formula, you can put a month here. Okay, so it will basically give you the months and the different statements here. Okay, now but then you see this a bit strange, because 1 2 3 9 10 11, then you actually can have two information in one column. So you pull down here. Okay, pull down here, press here, see, he will separate, Excel will separate for you the months in 2019 to the months in 2020. And here you can see your each month, your performance, just like that in 5 seconds. Okay, so basically you need this, in the sense that, okay, at times when you do vouchers, the vouchers is not really effective. Okay, but when you see this, uh, why this month they have higher voucher, 275.6, what did they do? Okay, what did they do? They cause their voucher to be taken up in much more compared to the other months. Okay, so when you do an action, let's say to generate more traffic by using vouchers, do you analyze what type of voucher are useful? How do you analyze it if you don't know even when the vouchers will be exchanged in a more frequent rate? Like, of course, you can download this information from a Lazada seller store, but you can see here basically your own each time. Okay, so let's say you start with a usual voucher and you get this usual pickup rate every month. Now you have this sudden increase of voucher. So as a person, you should have this curiosity go and understand what happened. Okay, and again, of course, reversal shipping fee, reversal item price. This is important because why? What at times suddenly there's a spike in a month of a lot of returns. What type of product is pulling your which is contribute to your high increase of returns, and that might cause your rating to fall. So here you can identify which type of which month have a higher returns, and you can go into it and look into which type of product is contributing the returns to your uh, uh, business. Okay, so payment fee, of course, is standard, is a relational to the item price credit. Okay, so basically here we'll give you a very good overview between months. Okay, let's say if you want to go into even more details, you actually can do it in week. Okay, we have week, maybe we don't need the month. Okay, so we push it back. Okay, so here you can see, but every week, you know, what is the performance of your business for every week, just like that. Okay, and you can utilize the theory again to measure whatever actions you plan to implement in that specific week. Where is it giving you results, or is it giving you no results, or is it suddenly a spike in your returns. If you get hold of all this information, okay. So this is regarding the different type of fee. Okay, next, okay, I specifically unhide this column F. This is the SKU. Okay, this is to describe the fee names about your business. Okay, but how about your usage of SKU? How many you use each week, how many unit you use each month, and how many you use each period. Okay, so I'm going to show you in a very simple way. Okay, first of all, let's change this week name back to month. Okay, next, pull back the fee name back, okay, and let's pull this as seller SKU into this row. Okay, okay. Of course, you like to see from the top to the bottom, right? You want to know which one is your top selling SKU, right? Basically, you can click here, left click, sort largest to the lowest. Okay, so basically this is the amount, grand total amount you get, okay, for this SKU. Okay, but if you want to just know the sales, okay, then put the fee name at the filter. Okay, so when you want to just know the sales, remember sales is always the item price graded. So you select here the select multiple items. Okay, don't select everything, just select the item price graded and you press OK. This will give you the total sales of this specific SKU. Okay, so if you add everything, let me see. Okay, uh, you will minus off all the costs and give you the final amount. This is revenue. Okay, so you know the sales of every SKU now. Okay, but what about the quantity? How do you know the quantity? Okay, remember, this one must always be item price graded, because if you include everything, you have a wrong amount of quantity. Okay, others fee name is not regarding the quantity, only item price credit is regarding about the quantity. So again, remember, make sure this is item price credit. Okay, so what you do now, you don't do sum of amount, you go to the left click here, go to value field setting, go to count. Okay, then press OK. Yes, this is the quantity. Okay, basically you're asking Excel to show you, for let's say for the SKU, how many item price credit happened before. Okay, remember each SKU is a line, right? So if there's 10 item price credit recorded for this SKU, that means it has been sold 10 times. Okay, so basically here you can see everything now from the top, from you can again sort from largest to lowest to see which one is using the most SKU, the most number of SKU. You can even see different type of information here. Okay, first of all, you can see that a lot of of column here is empty, okay, because the client just changed their coding of their SKU number from 8 digit to 4 digit, okay. So in to move forward in the discussion, I will just take the 2019 data lah, okay. So how can you do a forecast and even do a calculation of what you need in the future, okay. So let's try, okay. First of all, I always, let's say if I month of December, I always want to sort December from largest to smallest, because I always want to see at the top sales first to make sure that for the top sales SKU, I have the item readily available in my warehouse. Okay. Okay. These 5 column, I will copy another worksheet. Again, remember, please just copy by the values. Okay, so this will give you the values. Let's clean it up. Okay, so this is the month. Okay, this is the SKU. Okay, so first you want to look, okay, whether this month has an increase or over month. You can just put 12 over 11. Okay, so it's basically 63 over minus November. Okay, so all this positive sign is showing growth, negative sign is showing negative, right? So you can actually, if you want to make it look nicer, you can actually put negative to be red color. How do you do it? Go to home, go to conditional formatting, new rule. Okay, let's say I will do a form for only cells that contain cell value less than 0. Okay, if you less than 0, I want you to show it in what manner? I go to the format. Let's say I want to show it in bold, and and I want it to be red color, alert me of any drop of sales. Okay, so I press OK, then ABCD, then OK. Okay, so you can see now there's a drop of sales easily notifiable by the red color. Okay, next, we will want to know the percentage of growth or decrease uh, between December and November. Okay, so I name it as such. Okay, so of course this is over 36 over the sales in November. So it's a 130% growth. So anything, I've seen even 500% growth in a month before. So whether you can adapt to 500 months before, like this, you can see that from 7 to 38, more than 400% growth. So whether you have the sufficient stock to accommodate to such growth will depend on your analysis and on your actions during that period of time. For example, if you are targeting 500% growth or 10 times growth, okay, because you're joining a campaign, throwing a special price, you need to prepare yourself with sufficient stocks. Okay. Next is that I will have the average of the Foreman sales to give me a perspective, a different perspective. This equals to sum. Highlight this 4 column. Okay. Or close bracket divided by 4. Okay. So enter. Okay. So this is the summary average usage over the last 4 months. Okay. But I also need to know the max amount, okay, of the amount in these last 4 months, okay. So equals to our max last 4 months, okay. Back of close bracket, enter, okay, 63, okay. So again, it's not complete yet. Okay, I could not teach you more about forecasting because there's not much information. There's still more things I need to teach before we can come to this stage, such as how about your in-stock balance? How about your incoming stock, like those you have purchased but have not arrived? Okay, how about the ranking of your sales? Because some SKU you might sell a lot, but actually it's very cheap, so the sales amount is very small. I'm very sorry I cannot complete this because I need to teach you more stuff before we can come to that. So again, please remember to subscribe and continue our class. And for each class, each week, you will continue to improve. Bye bye.